Hello and welcome. In this video, we'll be seeing Western political thought, and in that, the first thinker will be Socrates. Now, before seeing what were the philosophy of Socrates, let us dive into the lecture and see what were the Greek society and how was the Greek society then. Now, the Greek society, it was having social stratification. It divided the society into the two parts, masters and the slaves. The society was hierarchical and the patriarchal setup was dominant. The economic system was agrarian, and as a result, slavery was prevalent. Now, there were wars among the states ongoing, and there was no such commitment of international relations, and the states were supposed to be self sufficient. Alright, now let us move into the lecture and see what were the Socrates philosophies were all about. Now, Socrates, he was said to be the wisest man. That is because he said that I know nothing. He also provided the theory of knowledge, and in that he talked about method of dialectics. Now, what are those? We'll see this in the further video. Now, theory of knowledge. The basis of theory of knowledge says that ignorance and arrogance, those are evils of knowledge. Somebody who is ignorant of the facts and figures, or somebody who is arrogant about his possessions, is denying the knowledge, and he will not have the complete access to knowledge uh, as far as Socrates theory says. Now there are various components of theory of knowledge. The first is types of knowledge, second is source of knowledge, third is method of obtaining knowledge, the fourth is role of teacher. Let us see them one by one. Now types of knowledge. The first one is rhetoric. Now what does rhetoric mean? Rhetoric means the opinions and belief. Now those could be of changing nature. The other type of knowledge is true knowledge, which is permanent knowledge, and it is outcome of dialectics. What were we talking about as far as Socrates theory is concerned? Okay, so what is the difference between rhetoric and true knowledge? Now let us see that an example. Now, if somebody says that there is US hegemony over the world and international order runs according to the US decisions, now that could be an opinion, and it is subject to change and belief, and it is subject to the line of thoughts one has. All right, and the other fact being US is one of the top 3 economies across the globe. Now that would be a true knowledge as it is based on the facts and figures. All right, so US being a hegemonic nation is a rhetoric, it is an opinion or a belief, and it is subject to change. And the other being US is one of the top economies in the world, that is a true knowledge. Okay, so that is the difference between the types of knowledge. Moving on, we have source of knowledge. Socrates says that soul is the source of knowledge. If somebody knows what is right and what is wrong, and that directs him and that guides him, so that is the true knowledge, and that person possesses complete knowledge about things. Now what is the method of obtaining knowledge? As we talked about previously, dialectics, debate, and logical argument, those are the methods of obtaining true knowledge. Now for example, we have India, we have a topic that should India be a permanent chair at UNSC? Now this is a topic. Now the debate on this based on the facts that India, it has been one of the top economies in the world, and it has already following an ideology of non-interference, say Panchashil. Okay, so various facts and figures and logical arguments, making them tilt into India's favor or against India's favor, and then finally reaching to a conclusion. That is what is the method of dialectics. And Socrates has given enough importance on method of dialectics. So method of dialectics is the method of obtaining knowledge. Socrates says that role of teacher is not just to impart knowledge but to engage the people in dialectics. Now what does this mean? Now we have a saying that if you teach somebody, if you give somebody a fish, he will not be hungry for a day. But if you teach somebody how to go for fishing, he will not be hungry for the rest of his life. That is what Socrates means by role of teacher is not to impart knowledge but to engage in dialectics. I hope things are clear. Alright, moving on. Socrates also says that knowledge is virtue. He says that what he means by that is life's goal is happiness, and for happiness we have, if we have knowledge, we will be able to achieve excellence. Okay, and if we achieve excellence, that is when we get our true happiness. So knowledge is the virtue and life's goal is happiness, so that is the importance of knowledge. And the lining of thought of Socrates leans toward idealism. We'll see idealism in greater depth in later videos. So yes, we'll see more in the later videos. So that was all about Socrates. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next one.